G'day folks, welcome to part 2 of our Red Setter adventure. We're here in the fossicking fields of Gemtree, which is on the Plenty Highway in Northern Territory. We're going to be heading from here towards the Simpson Desert, but first we're going to explore some of the areas north of the Plenty Highway. Got Ronnie Moon with us. Which way are you going to take us, Ron?
Well, there's some magical little spots up north of the highway, mate. Basically along the Bins track, you go to Tower Rock, magic camping spot. Yeah, beautiful at sunset and sunrise. And then we're going to go and find this meteorite crater that I've been trying to get to for a couple of years before we head even further east and then down to Batton Hills and into the desert.
And so this spot here, a lot of people fossicking around. We see a lot of fossicking fields. What do you know about it?
Well, Hart's Range has always been a rich gemstone area, and also for other minerals. In World War II, the Hart's Range supplied most of the mica for the electronic industry in Australia. And they're still digging it up all over the place. But here we're on a garnet field, and there's zircon fields, rubies and things like that. So it's a really popular place for travellers to come to.
We should go and try our luck then.
Yeah, we'll make a fortune, mate. Might be the last one of the videos, you never know.
Definitely. All right, mate, let's have a go.
Okay. Craig, you work for Gemtree, and they have a phenomenal reputation for gem fossicking tours. You're out here leading this trip. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up here.
Yeah, I come over here from New Zealand to escape the coldness in the winter and be a bit of a maintenance man and do the fossicking tours out here. And
Okay.
yeah, so it's quite enjoyable. We get everyone out and get them digging for stones. And
Obviously pretty popular.
yeah, most days we're full tours. We have eight what we call 8 groups come out and get them out here, and they stay there for about 4 or 5 hours. And
Okay. And you have another tour on some other gemstones. What other gemstones?
yeah, we also go looking for what we call the zircon,
Yeah.
which is a harder stone, more like a diamond than a garnet.
Okay.
And that's up a place called Bins Track.
Okay.
And once again we go every morning with that as well. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this whole area is really well known for its gemstones, and Gemtree's been running these trips for ages. So, and garnets, they're red in colour, aren't they?
Yeah, the garnet's formed in volcanic activity, and it's a very, very clear, bright red when you get a good example of it. Like you hold it up to the sun,
Okay.
and the sun reflects through it, and the redness stands, and makes very nice jewellery.
Okay. When you're out here, what are you looking for? You're looking for a bit of an area where there's some gravel, or?
Yeah, we're looking for what we call the wash,
Okay.
which if you imagine it was a riverbed thousands of years ago,
Okay.
and they've washed out from the mountains with the gravel,
Yep.
and they've just settled in the gravel.
Okay.
So when we dig a hole, we're looking for a gravelly type of wash type of scenario, and they'll be in that or just on top of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you wash the gravel and then you look it up to the light and,
Hold it up to the light,
and try and pick
and
up
try
the stones.
to pick it up from there.
So
Yeah.
what's a big stone when you're looking at a garnet?
A big stone when you're looking at a garnet, out here what you'll find is probably the size of your fingernail, maybe a little bit bigger.
Okay.
And that'll give you a cut of anything around a 6 mil, what we call a 6 mil cut to about an 8 mil cut.
Okay. Okay.
So hopefully we'll be able to find one for you or
It's
something like that.
worth money?
There's not a great...
Tell me.
Unfortunately, there's not a great dollar value in the garnet itself. It's more the fact that you go and find it
Okay.
and set it into a piece and give it to someone special. That's your dollar value in it.
And the zircons, are they worth anything?
There is a dollar value in the zircons, like they're the poor man diamonds, so we should
Now-
take you up there and find you a couple.
Yeah, now you're talking. Thanks very much,
Right.
mate. Leanne, you're the manager here at Gemtree. Tell us a little bit about the place.
Okay, so our tourist season generally starts about April and runs all the way through to October. We are crazy busy at the moment. There's grey nomads, as you can see, everywhere.
Yeah.
We run fossicking tours daily. They leave here at 8:30 for garnets and zircons.
Okay.
And we have a lovely cafe as well, so people can You know, pop in and get lunch.
Okay.
Or Wednesdays and Saturday evenings we do camp up and roast dinners. Oh, you fellas are going to miss out on that one, aren't you?
Well, I've been here before for that, so that's been pretty good. And I
Yeah.
tried to get the timetable to fit, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's extremely popular, as you were saying. I mean,
Yes.
going by the number of people who are
Yes.
here.
Yes,
Unbelievable.
it'll be better once they finish sealing the Plenty Highway, I think.
Okay. When does that look like happening?
Oh, they say 2025, but who knows?
Yeah, yeah, because they're stretching the bitumen out all the time.
Yeah.
So how long has Gemtree been a sort of a tourist park?
Gemtree's been operating for 30 years now.
Certainly a popular place, and your gemstone tours are unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah, people get kind of addicted to it. You find one, you got to find more.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. And in here you've got a store and a gem room as well?
Yes, we do. We have a gem room so people can come in after they've been on their fossicking tour, and we grade their stones to let them know if they've got anything of jewellery cuttable quality.
Okay.
And then if they do, we have a range of jewellery that they can choose from to have those stones cut and fitted into.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute.
Awesome.
Okay,
No
thank you very
worries.
much. Thank you.
Yeah, mate, Gemtree was pretty interesting. Some bit of luck out there with the fossicking. Some of the folks were finding some stones.
Yeah, they always seem to find garnets and obviously get a few ones they can cut and all that sort of stuff. I enjoy it out here, you know, sort of the Harts Range, wandering across the horizon there and just cruising along beside that or towards it. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, it seems that every time you drive along the Plenty, the sun's on the perfect part of the range there. Looks really good.
Yeah, it is, that's for sure. The road's pretty good.
Yeah, this road heading up through here looks like it's been recently graded. We're heading up toward Tower Rock now.
Yeah, no worries. And I've been to Tower Rock a couple of times and really enjoy that place.
Yeah, looking forward to it myself. Jervoy, we can fuel up there and then we can split down into the desert and Batton Hill and maybe check out the Bush Tucker tour there.
Oh, if we've got time, that would be fantastic. I've been to Baton Hills a couple of times, but never done their Bush Tucker tour. Done their sunset tour, but not their Tucker tour.
Yeah, well, the full day Tucker tour ends at Goyder's Pillar, so you get the sunset as well, and it's quite interesting to look at all the different things with the traditional owners there and finish up with a beautiful sunset.
Okay, sounds good, mate. Time to hit the road again to one of my favourite spots along the Plenty, Tower Rock. But I've got an appointment in Alice to get the patrol fixed.
And Matty, it's nice to get off that main dirt road and onto these more station track stuff. The scenery's pretty good through here.
Yeah, it's a nice little spot through here, eh?
Yeah, they reckon this Tower Rock place is pretty nice, so hopefully it'll be a good spot for us to camp tonight.
Yeah, hopefully. We've had some pretty good ones up till now.
I think I'm getting a glimpse of some of these rocks through here now. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, they're like full-on boulders, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting bigger, mate. That looks pretty bloody good.
Yeah, a nice place to go for a walk.
Yeah, dear, to climb the top of that.
Yeah, we'll have a go, I reckon.
Mate, well, I reckon we should have a look around, scout around for a camp first, and then we'll set up and see how challenging it looks.
Yeah, no problem, mate.
Awesome spot though, this should be good.
While Alistair's out of the car, I'll just let you know a little secret. It's his birthday today, so we've got a little surprise planned for him tonight.
Oh yeah? How old is he?
He's about 14, I think.
one of the boys' birthday today, Alistair, our photographer. He doesn't know that we know, but his boss Ellen has clued us up, so we've got him a little bit of a celebration. Not that you need much of a celebration being out in the bush, but a little bit of custard and a bit of warm fruitcake. And some birthday candles.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alistair. Happy birthday to you. Oh, God. Happy birthday, Alistair.
Thank you. Yes, mate. Thank you for carrying cake with you. No worries. Dirt road.
No matter what time of day you get to Tower Rock, it's always worth the climb to the top. Our drive yesterday took us along the Plenty Highway from Gemtree before we turned north and came up to Tower Rock Nature Reserve. The reserve is on what used to be McDonald Downs Station, which covered much of the area around here. They carried sheep and other livestock here, but a few years ago it was donated by Mac and Rose, who owned the station. There was one of their favourite picnic points just here at the foot of the rocks, so they've made it this nature reserve so people can come here now and camp and enjoy the serenity around here. It's a beautiful place, lovely camping ground. No facilities here, so it doesn't attract too many people, which is a good thing, but it's a really top place to camp. We've made the walk up to the top of Tower Rock this morning. It's an 800 metre walk. It's not for the faint-hearted, really steep over some jagged rocks and stuff like that. But once you're up here, the views are worth it. We've got 360-degree views right around of this vast landscape. Beautiful day like this, it's a bit windy, it's a bit cool, so we're going to venture back down and head off and find a meteorite crater. Took a few back roads to go and find Mooney's a Lucid Crater. It's not every day you're driving through the outback you see a sign pointing toward a meteorite crater, but if you're up on the road towards Tower Rock you might see that sign. It's about 35 k's up off the Plenty Highway. So we've come in to have a look, and here we have the Boxhole meteorite crater. We didn't know what to expect, and we came over the hill and rise. We were, well, pretty unimpressed. It's not that big. It's probably about the size of 2 football fields, a great big dent in the ground here. Sort of looks like a quarter-mile super speedway with a really heavy banking on it. So yeah, if you filled it up, it'd make a great swimming pool. Might have been a dam once upon a time, something like that, but who knows. Apparently, meteorite fell from the sky, landed here a bazillion years ago. No one really knew much about it, probably the Aboriginals did. When Cecil Madigan came through here in 1937, some of the local station fellas brought it to his attention. He noted it in his journal, which he sent back to Adelaide. It went worldwide and created a bit of a stir in the science circles. They all wanted some rocks from space, or space dust as they were calling it, and this stuff went everywhere, just to see what was in those rocks and what came from it. You probably won't find much of it left here now because it's been scattered all over the place, but hey, it's worth a look around.
After I caught up with the guys, we went to Mount Swann and then headed back to the Plenty Highway. Corrugations. They're the bane of outback travellers. You'll get them everywhere. We're on the Plenty Highway at the moment, and they're really not too bad, but I guess it's all relative. If you've never driven on a dirt road before, this can feel pretty horrible. But if you've crossed Australia on the Amberdell or driven the Canning Stock route or something like that, this is a dream road. Best thing to do is drop a bit of tyre pressure. I've gone down about 8 psi from what my normal highway pressures are, and that just eases the load on the vehicle and on the suspension and doesn't rattle your teeth out. And then cruise along at a reasonable speed. The slower you go, the wheels will dip in and out of the corrugations and it'll feel worse. So, you know, I try and sit on 70, 80 k an hour if the road's good enough, and do that. Corrugations, man, they can drive you nuts. Jervois Station is the last fuel when you are heading to Batton Hill and down the Hay River.
Every last drop. To think these fires aren't as bad as they were last year.
From Jervois, we took a station track, a corrugated one, to Batton Hill.
Flag, mandatory in the Simpson. I bought this on the way through to Alice Springs. I couldn't find one where I live on the way. However, to install it to my frontal protection bar, I'm going to need a couple of washers, which I sort of didn't anticipate. Hopefully in this little bucket of washers I've got something that can allow me to install it securely. That's one.
What are you looking for?
Something will fit.
While at Batton Hill, we had the good fortune to be able to take a bush tucker tour with one of the traditional owners. This took us around Mount Teakins and Mount Smith, both named after previous explorers of Central Australia. You'll be surprised at what a trained eye can find here, or maybe we're just blind to what nature can provide. We know this is a bush banana, a fruit that can be eaten raw or cooked.
We can eat it like that.
Just like that?
Yep.
Oh, the whole thing.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I saw them. Are they bush tomato?
Bush tomatoes, but think of peel on it.
Okay.
And it's get hard.
Okay.
So we won't eat it.
Okay.
Yeah, it just.
But it's okay for Alistair.
These rock fragments were a sign of where Aboriginal people once upon a time worked the rock to make tools for spearheads and knives. Our resident bush cook even got a few ideas. You have good eyes. Are they ripe?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So they're right now.
Yeah, these are the right
Yeah.
ones. You can eat them.
All right.
You can eat them. Tastes like shit, but you can eat them. That's a bit better. Eating that skin is... Oh. Our guides invited us out to a spectacular tower of rock known as Goyder's Pillar. It's a top spot to enjoy a sunset.
sun goes down on another great adventure, Ron.
And what a fantastic place we're at.
That is a cracker of a spot. We're at Goyder's Pillar on Tulton Down Station. This is private property. You can't just come on here any old time, but you can access it via the sunset tour at Batton Hill Campground. We're camped down there tonight, and the guys have brought us out here to have a look tonight.
Yeah, it's a terrific spot. I've been here before, but it's really good to revisit at this top.
Yeah, it's one of those spots where we've sort of picked just straight off the map looking around the Plenty Highway.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the real thing, magic with the Plenty. You can go off the track and pick up some really nice places.
Yeah, it's worth exploring around it.
Yeah, my word. Tower Rock, though, I think takes a lot of beating.
Yeah, Tower Rock's fantastic. Well, mate, let's go and crack a coldie, enjoy the sunset, and get ready for the Simpson Desert next.
Yes.